Apple showcased their refreshed Pro range, and this is very exciting. The Pro 14 and Pro 14 Max comes along with new cameras, new notch design, and a new chipset. You can use emergency services via satellite. If you find yourself off grid but under light foliage or in direct communication satellite, this will be launched in USA and Canada first. November is free for the first 2 years. The main visual change is the pill shaped cutout, which they call it as dynamic island. It is smaller than the old notch. Sensors enabled by the cameras are now 30% smaller in it. The proximity sensors also moved under screen to help, but they have a weird name, dynamic islands. Apple is playing with the black pixels around the actual cutout to create some dynamic effect. The space around the cutout changes to allow easier access to control for ongoing background activities like maps, music or timer. Third party apps can also use advantage of this area, such as sports plus can be shown there. The display cutout itself 6.1 and 6.7 on Pro Max is now brighter up to 2000 nits, peak for HDR content. Don't understand what Samsung is doing. Samsung S22 Ultra had a brighter speed of 1070 nits, 750 nits, and now they give it 2000 nits to Apple. They have a new controller that supports refresh rate for up to 1 Hz. So there is now always on display. The time widget's live activities are visible at a glance on the always on widget. The main sensor now has a quad pixel sensor, which is the first for Apple, but is very old for Android world. It has a 48 megapixel sensor, and the default will take photos at 12 megapixel. The camera has a f1.8 aperture and 1.22 pixel size before bringing it down to 2.44. You also have second generation sensor shift technology and full focus pixels. The high resolution camera allows intermediate zooming up to 2x. So by cropping in the middle, the process of portrait mode. There's a new 12 megapixel ultra wide camera with large 1.4 pixels, delivering sharper images with more details and improving on macro shots also. They have a 3.3x telephoto camera also with OIS. You get a A16 Bionic chip with that comes with a 6-core GPU, 2 performance cores for efficiency cores. They claim that overall 40% better performance than the competition, and its two high performing cores requires 20% less power than A50. You get a 16-core neural engine that includes A16, is capable of 70 million trillion operations per second, while the 5-core GPU comes with 50% higher memory bandwidth. It is offered in a space black, silver, gold, and deep purple color with 128 GB storage going up to 1 terabyte storage. Pre-orders start on Friday, September 9, and sales start on September 16. The pricing in US has stayed the same.